Hey, Shalom, Shalom Akim, of course, call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and Shalom to the Akim out there and the elect, which consist of the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here from the coming nuclear destruction, all right? I'm their brother, Zayan Allah, the DC camp, coming at you with another video. It's going to be an Our Ancient Hebrew Language video. All right, Our Ancient Hebrew Language, beautiful names for the elect. All right, I used to do a whole bunch of these. There's probably a few of them on this channel I have now. Of course, my main channel, Shalak La Moth, that I had up for a long time. You know, it was about 11 years plus that channel was up. All right, they got that some time ago this year. The beautiful part is on Odyssey. If I look up Shalak La Moth on Odyssey, it'll have a lot of the videos on there. So it's a beautiful thing that the elders and apostles gave out that order. Hey, set your pages up on Odyssey. All right. So at least, you know, some of the videos from that page is still on there. Right. But anyway, I used to do a whole lot of these videos. All right. On that page. And I figured, you know, why don't we keep it going? Because after all, we are Hebrew Israelites. All right. Lesson is called Our Ancient Hebrew Language, right? Beautiful names for the elect. After all, we are Hebrew Israelites with the influx of brothers going out there teaching, brothers waking up and teaching, right? Well, guess what? A lot of people are starting to wake up. And since we're waking up, of course, you will want to have a Hebrew name, both male and female, right? Now, a lot of the times I do one for the men. Why? Because the scripture says, unto you, all men are called. The men are the focal point of this thing. The men have to be raised up first in our nation, and then a woman follows next. You see, that's why a lot of times I find different names for the men. But every now and then, of course, you have, you know, women that are waking up. All right. And I'm going to get this lesson based off of 1 Kings 4 and 15. But let me read this, because you go into 1 Kings, the 4th chapter. This is basically, you know, King Solomon setting up his rule. Okay. He was already established king, but he's starting to set up his rule. Okay. This is first Kings, Salakia, 1 Kings 4 and 1. It says, so King Solomon was king over all Israel. Yes, he was placed over Israel after King David. It was passed down to him. You see, and that was through the Spirit that the Lord set him up this way. All right. He was not the oldest child, but we do know that through King Solomon, the Lord Yahweh Shai was going to come out of that line. You see, it was through King Solomon. And Yahweh Shai is King Solomon, you see, by a thing called reincarnation. All right, but that's another lesson for another time, as brothers like to say. All right, now, this is 1 Kings 4 and 1. So King Solomon was king over all Israel. All right, and these were the princes which he had: Azariah, the son of Zadok, the priest. All right, now I'm going to go down to verse 7. It says, and Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided victuals for the king and his household, each man his month, in a year made provision. So their office was to provide victuals for King Solomon and his household. And victuals are what? Food. Okay. That was their office to provide this. Right. And you go down to one of the officers. Okay. Verse 15. It says, Ahimaaz, okay, or Ahimaaz, okay, was in Naphtali. He also took Basmath, the daughter of Solomon, to wife. Now I'm going to focus this lesson on Basmath. Like I said, normally I get it for the men, but every now and then, you know, I find, you know, a sister's name in the scriptures, and I'll put one out for the women as well, the ones that are waking up. You see, now it says he also took Basmath, the daughter of Solomon, to wife. All right. So let's go into this word Basmath. So when you go to Basmath, right, the word there, as you can see, let me see something. Bear with me. All right. The word here is a ba, a sha, a ma, and a tha. Okay. So all together, that's a ba, sha, ma, and ha again. So ba, shamath. Ba Shamath, okay? And when you look in Basmath, what does it say? It says spice. You see, it says spice. All right, let's go to the root word. The root word of Basmath is basham, basham, spice, balsam tree, perfume. You know, don't women like to wear sweet odors and perfumes and stuff like that? Fragrances. All right, fragrances, I should say. Okay, see, it's a sweet smell, a sweet odor. You see, and that's a beautiful name for a woman to have. Okay, all right, to be called spice. Basham. Okay, basham. That's the root word of bashamath. Basmath, okay, which means spice. All right. Now this is how you write it in the Hebrew. Now bear with me. Remember, we're going to have it like this: Bashamatha. Okay. Go here, and we're going to write it out. Now, bear with me. All right. Basha. Right. Basha. Ma. And then the tha. But we don't put this at the end. All right. We cut it off as Bashamath. Bashamath. Okay, Bashamath. Now in the Hebrew, all right, bear with me. So Ba, a Sha, a Ma, and a Tha. Okay? So that's how you would say it in the Hebrew, in the Lashawan, Bashamath. Bashamath. And it means spice, man. That's a beautiful name for a woman to have, to be called spice. You know? Like I did a video years ago on Job's daughters that came out. You know? Of course, Job had sons and daughters that perished, that died. But afterwards, when the Lord restored unto him, you know, a multifold, you know, he had, I believe, a couple daughters' names that it mentioned. And I think one of them was Kezia or Keziah. Okay. Of course, I'm saying it in the English. I would have to look it up in the Lashawan. But I did a lesson on this before. All right. Is one of them was Kezia or Keziah. And I think it means cinnamon, like a form of cinnamon tree. Those are beautiful names for a woman to have. You don't want to name yourself like these people in the world, man. These carnal, worldly people, man. These wicked ass names that they have out here. You know, what you got? Laquita and all that other, you know, Nene and all that garbage. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's of the world, man. When you come back, I mean, if your name is that, it is what it is. All right. But when you're coming back to the truth, we get beautiful Hebrew names, and these names, they mean something, man. They have meaning. You see? All right. So I just wanted to do this quick lesson, our ancient Hebrew language, beautiful names for the elect in 1 Kings 4:15. Also, Yahweh Shemel Shai Barakathum to the Akim out there, and happy memorial blowing of the trumpets. Of course, that's what we're in. We're in the 7th month, and the first day of the 7th month is the memorial blowing of the trumpets. There's also a new moon Sabbath. Okay? All right? So just wanted to throw that out there, you know, some peace and blessings to the Akim out there. All right? All right? Hope everybody has been edified by this lesson. All right? Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai Bashir Chakudash. And hey, double shalom to the elect.